So we want to visit Japan about new released of anime movie in Japan. Demon Slayer movie was released in Japan, and so many people was visit to Japan about anime movie was released. And we hope the people will visit to Japan about anime movie in the future. それで、私たちは日本で公開された新しいアニメ映画のために日本を訪れたいと思っています。鬼滅の人の映画が日本で公開され、アニメ映画の公開のために多くの人が日本を訪れました。そして私たちは人々が将来アニメ映画のために日本を訪れることを願っています。Japan is good nation and good culture and beautiful place. We have Japanese and we love Japanese culture. Indonesia Gmod people have 90% of half Japanese and 85% Japanese was live in Indonesia Gmod.
The new mosque was completed in Indonesia Gmod, and we can hope enjoyed peace including religion in Indonesia Gmod. There is no more conflict and civil war in Indonesia Gmod. We can finally peace.
Mr. President, the Indonesia government was order evacuation of Gaza refugees to in Indonesia. Did Indonesia Gmod will follow suit or not?
Look, I told President Trump on the meeting in Tishrine about Gaza evacuation to Indonesia. However, Indonesia, Gmod was serious problem about bring Palestinian people to Indonesia, and Indonesia Gmod. But that's not work, because those Palestinian people are speak Arab. But we half Japanese people, we didn't speak Arab. We speak English and Japanese. We don't know how many Palestinian people will evacuated to Indonesia, and Indonesia Gmod, during war in Gaza, and we should call ceasefire and released Israel hostage. This war must end.
Did you heard about President Trump about put the tariff of good in Indonesia? Gmod, are you willing visit to United States about good relationship between United States and Indonesia? Gmod.
We solving problem about tariff of import good. We selling goods including Man, co-mining company and the Man Co. However, Indonesia Gmod was good trade partner with United States, and we should be careful about tariff. We will visit to United States and meeting the president in the White House, and good relationship between United States and Indonesia. Gmod about defending Japan and South Korea. Tariffs and Gaza ceasefire deal.
So today it's Marine exercise in Sinai, Egypt. We training with the Airborne Division about landing drop in Sinai. We sending tank division, fighter jet, helicopter and special force to Sinai Peninsula. We ready to defend troops in Sinai Peninsula. Indonesia Gmod and Egypt will join military exercise in Sinai Peninsula. We will defend border against Israel in Gaza, Egypt border. In Jordanian, the Marine was deployed troops in Jordanian-Israel border, including tank, armored, helicopter, fighter jet, and special force. So we have make sure any entered cross the border, including arms dealer from Iran, and invaded by Israel force in Jordanian border. We must stay focused on the border between Israel-Jordanian border. Indonesia Gmod will defend our allies in Middle East. We must defend our allies, including Jordanian and Egypt. However, we need to call ceasefire in Gaza and release the hostage. Israel was the same like Russia, because Russia and Israel want to continued airstrike against civilian in Gaza and Ukraine. They are the same war in Middle East and Europe. Today, President will visit to United States about the negotiation of tariffs between Indonesia, Gmod, and United States. However, President Ether will meet President Trump at the White House about negotiation of tariffs, military defend in Japan and South Korea. The second news in South Korea, the new command of Indonesia Gmod Army Base in South Korea, lead by General Daniel Takakura, and new command of Indonesia. Gmod Air Base in South Korea, lead by General George Sakata. They will taking of Army and Air Force in South Korea. If any question, please answer question.
Nach Düsseldorf, bitte begeben Sie die Bogien zu Gate B 26